It is also about aligning yourself with the 21st century skills. Everybody talks about 21st century skills, but the problem is not most of them, or not many of them, would know exactly what 21st century skills are. I have been lucky enough to work on this 15 years back when I was working at Intel, and we identified that there is a gap. And that's when I worked on defining and devising a program for 21st century skills for especially the postgraduates, which is the MBAs and the MCAs and the MTechs, and of course the graduates also, wherein it talks about learning skills, literacy skills, and life skills. So there are 3 L's that we need to remember: learning skills, literacy skills, and life skills. Now remember this, because you will need this for the rest of your life. And you will use all of them during the course of your MBA. What are learning skills? Learning skills are the 4 C's. Critical thinking. I need to know how to think. Critical thinking, because I would dissect, I would go deep dive into any problem to find various different solutions. Unless and until I don't creatively think, critically think, I will not be able to find solutions. So critical thinking is the most important aspect. But how do I think? Well, probably you know that you have learned, you have studied, you have scored good marks, but MBA will let you know how to put in that analytical thinking, critical thinking aspects to a particular problem. And then you start becoming creative. Creativity is all over. Human beings are very creative. And when I say creativity, it is not about just the drawing or the sketching or the fine arts or the piece of art. No. The most sought after skill for an MBA would be creativity. Creativity and innovation go hand in hand. We keep innovating on a daily basis. We keep innovating on every problem that comes to us. That is what is taught. It is the thought process that needs to align with the execution and with the skills. And this is exactly what you would learn in the MBA course through various different activities, through various different subjects, through various different principles, through various different theories, case studies, and a whole lot of things that you would get exposed to. And it's all about collaboration. We need to collaborate with not only my friends, not only with my peers, but with my mentors, with my teachers, with my coach, with anybody who has the experience, expertise. I need to collaborate and I need to communicate. We Indians are very good at working. We would work the hell out of it. We would slog it out. But when it comes to mentioning and reporting out as to what work you have done, we fail miserably. That is because we hesitate to communicate. It's not that we cannot communicate, we hesitate to communicate. Why? There is nothing wrong in communicating, and communication is a skill. We definitely need to brush it up. Many a times communication, the hindrance of good communication is the confidence. Build that confidence. Once you get into MBA, these 2 years are for you to look within yourself, to brush up all of these skills which you already have. You will identify something new that you never knew of. And by the way, let me tell you this story. I was never interested in doing my MBA, but I did it. It has helped me a lot. And it so happened that when I was doing my engineering, 4.5 years, there was one friend of mine who for some reason identified this skill of mine, and he said, "Atul, you should do MBA." I said, "Man, are you crazy? I'm done with my studies. After BE, I'm not going to do anything else. I'm just going to hit the road, get into a job, and settle down fast." He says, "Whenever you want to do, you will remember me, but you should do MBA. You have those abilities, you have those skills." I never took it seriously. But then After 2 years of getting into my first job and after getting into Siemens, that's when I realized, oh man, yes, I think I should start looking at what is there in MBA. And I actually did the MBA course. But then that opened up my eyes to a different level altogether. It got me exposed to the nuances of how companies run. It's not just about knowing one piece of it, right? I need to know the piece of the entire puzzle. And only because of MBA, I got to learn a lot about management, about marketing, about branding, about finance, about human resource, about a whole lot of program management, project management, planning, strategy, and oh my goodness, never-ending knowledge that is available, which is being used by all the companies. Well, I started with being a technical resource, but then very soon I decided technical thing is not meant for me, wherein I can sit for 8 hours on a chair and staring at a screen like this. I hate it. So I said, okay, so I have found myself. I know my strengths. I identified my strengths and I worked on it. And that's where I was able and capable enough to get myself exposed to a lot of things. And of course, my company, Siemens, wherein I was there for 6.5 years, gave me all the opportunities and I grabbed them with both my hands, with my heart. And that took me to various different countries, got me exposed to various different cultures, got me exposed to various different ways in companies operate in different geographies. And that broadened my horizon even further. Right? So the first thing that MBA prepares you is for those skills. We may talk 21st century skills. Very soon we may even start talking about 22nd century skills, but that's immaterial. Basic things is what you definitely need to focus on. And MBA helps you to focus on all of this in a very subtle manner. It's for you to look up as to how it will be useful to you. And let me tell you, technology is the driving force for any business now and more so going forward. So whether you are from arts background or commerce background or pure science background, you definitely need to get aligned with technology. We don't have a choice. Not that you need to be into programming and coding. No, you need to know how technology is being implemented. What are the components of different technologies that are being used? And what can I use for various different business models? I would use various different things for building my plan, building my strategy. Unless and until you would not know the components of technology these days, you would not be able to come out with solutions to the problems. So it's a necessity. So take a look at all of that. It's very important. And life skills, man, it teaches you to be flexible. It brings about some leadership qualities in you. It brings about that initiative of taking something beyond a point, not just wait for somebody to tell you, but you going ahead and grabbing it, or you identifying some opportunity and building on it. Productivity. It is not about working for 12 hours, 15 hours to just show that, oh my goodness, I come early I come early to the office in the morning and I go late in the evening, almost at night. No. How much productive are you? If I would be productive for the 4 hours that I'm in office, wherein I give my 100%, it is far better appreciated and rewarded and awarded than sitting in the office just for show, right? And of course, socializing. We all are mammals, right? Let me bring in some biology also into it, right? We are all mammals, and mammals are basically social beings. They all want to be in groups. So is the case with humans, more so that we would want to be with humans. When I say social, it's not the social media, please. Social media is something which I hate. But socializing with, meeting with people, talking with them, brainstorming, debates, arguments, all of this helps us improve our thinking ability. It helps us in our creativity. And that is what we spoke about collaboration earlier. Collaboration and social skills go hand in hand. Start building all of this. And all of you, I'm sure, are on all the social media platforms, be it Facebook, be it Twitter, be it Instagram, or whatever. That's a wonderful collaborative tool. That's a wonderful communication tool. Are we actually using it for collaborative purpose? Are we actually using it for improving our communication? No. That is the problem, and that's exactly why I hate it. It's such a wonderful platform for you to connect with different people across geographies with common interests or uncommon interests. You need to start looking at all of this. So that is what I call 4 C's, IMT, and flips. If you don't adhere to the 4 C's and IMT and flips, you are definitely going towards a flop story. Of course, none of us want to be a flop, right? So adhere to the flips, adhere to IMT, and adhere to 4 C's. We don't have a choice. Companies are not going to look at your marks card of MBA. Of course, they would, yes, they would want to. But even an ordinary student coming out with extraordinary problem-solving skills, extraordinary creativity, extraordinary initiatives, extraordinary collaborative ways of working will be hired, will be given more preference, will be given the priority over the ones who have scored 90 and above. Companies are not looking at theoretical approach. They are looking at practical approach of how you would apply what you know, what you have learned, and how fast and how quick you will learn new things.